Good day, everyone, and to you, Sir Mabini. Today, I will share with you the achievements of some of the most important presidents in the Philippine history. From Ramon Magsaysay up to the current President Marcos Jr., we will learn how each leader helped shape our country. So first is President Ramon Magsaysay was the president from 1953 to 1957. Known as champion of the masses, he defeated Hukbalahap communist rebels, implemented agrarian reform, giving land to farmers, opened Malacanang Palace to the public, promoted rural development and irrigation projects, restored trust in the military and government. Sir Ramon Magsaysay was called the champion of the masses because of his genuine care for ordinary Filipinos. He successfully defeated the Hukbalahap communist rebels by combining military actions and social reforms, earning the trust of rural communities. His agrarian reform programs distributed land to poor farmers, addressing inequality and poverty. Magsaysay also opened Malacanang Palace to the public to symbolize transparency and promoted rural development projects such as irrigation and electrification, improving farmers' livelihoods. So the second one is President Carlos P. Garcia, was president from 1957 to 1961, promoted Filipino First policy, supporting local businesses, strengthened agricultural research, especially rice production, advocated the Filipino language and culture, and instituted austerity programs. He is known for the Filipino First policy, which prioritized Filipino businesses over foreign competitors to promote economic nationalism and self-reliance. Garcia also focused on preserving Filipino culture and language. His administration introduced austerity programs to reduce government spending and corruption. He strengthened agricultural research, particularly in rice cultivation, to help ensure food security for the country. The third one is President Diosdado Macapagal, led the country from 1961 until 1965. His achievement was pass agricultural land reform code, changed the Independence Day to June 12, and initiated economic liberalization and constitutional reforms. Macapagal is remembered for passing the agricultural land reform code, which aimed to improve the land distribution to tenant farmers. He changed the celebration of Philippine Independence Day from July 12 to June 12, emphasizing national identity. Macapagal also launched the campaigns against corruption and introduced economic reforms to liberalize trade, promote exports, and reduce tax evasion. He enhanced foreign relations, especially with neighboring Asian countries, working toward regional cooperation. So the fourth one is President Ferdinand Marcos, ruled as president from 1965 to 1986. His accomplishment was built many roads, bridges, and big projects to modernize the country, made the Philippines self-sufficient in rice for the first time, helped start ASEAN, a group of Southeast Asian nations working together, and later years were marked by martial law and political problems. Marcos undertook massive infrastructure projects including expressways, hospitals such as the Philippine Heart Center, and the cultural centers. He achieved self-sufficiency in the rice production through programs like Masagana 99, which increased agricultural output. Marcos was a founding member of ASEAN, promoting regional cooperation. However, his declaration of martial law in 1972 led to authoritarian rule in human rights abuses. He also enacted Presidential Decree No. 27, which emancipated tenant farmers by giving them land ownership. The next one is President Corazon Aquino, was president from 1986 to 1992. Her accomplishment was restore democracy after dictatorship, drafted and ratified the 1987 Constitution, survived multiple coup attempts, and re-established democratic institutions and freedoms. Aquino restored democracy after dictatorship of Marcos leading the People Power Revolution. She drafted the 1987 Constitution, re-establishing civil liberties and democratic institutions. Despite facing coup attempts, Aquino preserved the fragile democracy and worked to establish the government. Her leadership marked the Philippines' return to freedom and rule of the law. So next is President Fidel Ramos, served from 1992 to 1998. His accomplishment was modernize armed forces, implemented economic reforms, deregulation, and privatization, oversaw economic growth and peace negotiations. So Ramos modernized the armed forces and pursued peace talks with rebel groups to advance national security. His economic reforms included deregulation and privatization, which stimulated growth, increased investors' confidence, and contributed to political stability. Ramos' administration is credited with opening up in the Philippine economy and boosting the infrastructure development. Next is President Joseph Estrada, who was president from 1998 until 2001. He tried to help the poor and fight crime, and his presidency ended early due to corruption charges. Estrada focused on poverty alleviation and crime reduction, implementing some social programs for the marginalized. However, his presidency was cut short by the corruption charges, leading to impeachment and resignation. His administration faced political instability amid these controversies. Next is President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo, governed from 2001 to 2010. She promoted women's empowerment, introduced K-12 education system reforms, passed energy policies and social welfare programs, strengthened economic growth and infrastructure. So Arroyo promoted women's empowerment and undertook significant education reforms, including the introduction of K-12 curriculum. Her government also passed energy policies to address power shortages and initiated social welfare programs. Arroyo's economic policies helped maintain growth and infrastructure governments despite political challenges. So next is President Benigno Aquino III, served from 2010 to 2016. He initiated the No Wangwang or Serene policy to curb VIP privilege, launched K-12 education program, signed peace agreement with Moro Islamic Liberation Front, promoted transparency and anti-corruption, and oversaw 7.1% economic growth in 2012. So during his term, the economy grew steadily, reaching 7.1% in 2012. Aquino also pushed for strengthened education system through K-12 reforms and anti-corruption campaign, and introduced the No Wangwang policy to curb VIP privilege. Moving on, the next is President Rodrigo Duterte, was president from 2016 to 2022. He launched Build infrastructure program, decongested Manila Airport, implemented strong anti-drug campaign, passed tax reforms and environmental rehabilitation programs, reduced poverty rate. So Duterte launched the Build infrastructure program, improving roads, airport, and public transport. He carried out a controversial but strong anti-drug campaign aimed to reduce crime and improving safety. His administration passed tax reforms to increase revenues and supported environmental rehabilitation, efforts like barangay closure and rehabilitation. Poverty rates declined during his term. And last but not least is President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. or Bongbong Marcos, has been president since 2022 until now. He advocated of renewable energy and sustainable development, led agricultural modernization of tourism development in Ilocos Norte, signed laws improving digital economy and tax ease, launched Build Better More infrastructure program, oversaw continued economic growth of 5.2% in 2024, institute social inclusion programs and repatriation support of OFWs, inaugurate major public transport extension, LRT1 Cavite extension. So the current president continues efforts to advance renewable energy and agricultural modernization. He promotes digital economy initiatives and has improved tax system to ease business operations. His administration launched the Build Better More infrastructure program, focusing on transport and public utilities. Marcos also supports social inclusion programs, repatriation assistance for overseas Filipino workers, and sustained economic growth with a focus on sustainability and innovation. So in conclusion, each president faced different challenges, but worked to build a better Philippines. Their leadership and programs have helped shape our nation's history and will inspire the future generations. As we have seen, each president of the Philippines, from Ramon Magsaysay to President Marcos Jr., has contributed in unique and meaningful ways, whether by striving for justice, advancing our economy, restoring democracy, or strengthening national unity. Their leadership and vision pave the way for the progress we enjoy today. Together, their efforts form the foundation of a nation that continues to grow, overcome challenges, and reach for a better future. Let us remember and honor their legacies as we work hand in hand to build an even better Philippine for generation to come. Thank you.